Please be sure to subscribe to the channel to update the fastest and most accurate news.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my Journalism of the Heart news channel. The story for today is no CinemaCon presentation would be complete without an introduction, and often, an introduction for the introduction. Before the 2-hour preview of the Warner Bros. Slate Tuesday evening, AMC Theaters content chief Elizabeth Frank spent her time addressing Warner's like a prodigal son that committed the mortal sin of releasing its 2021 theatrical slate day and date on HBO Max. Warner's has entertained broad audiences generation after generation, she said. 2021 put that reputation and some of those relationships to the test. Warner Bros. Pictures is back here on this stage at CinemaCon today, having held to its word to start 2022 with renewed focus and commitment to theatrical exhibition. Coming off the strong theatrical performance of The Batman, $760 million worldwide, which waited 45 days before HBO Max, Warner's seemed to prove the National Association of Theatre Owners' new favorite mantra: simultaneous release is dead as a serious business model. Warner's execs were duly chastened. Warner Media day and date architect Jason Kilar is now a former CEO, and the studio's execs now operating under the banner of Warner Bros. Discovery brought a clear message for the exhibitors and press inside the Coliseum: we were wrong. Warner Bros. Pictures Group Chairman Toby Emmerich opened by referring to the company's new chapter, as he presented a slate that includes The Batman sequel, Oliver Wilde's Harry Styles and Florence Pugh starrer Don't Worry Darling, several DC installments, Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, and Timothée Chalamet in Wonka. All of these movies share one thing in common: they were all made for and can only be fully experienced on your big screens first, Emmerich said to applause from the crowd that included thousands of theater owners and managers from the country's top circuits. Warner's distribution chief Jeff Goldstein backed up that sentiment with a promise: today we honor that history with a reinforced commitment, our commitment to great storytelling and bringing these stories to your screens. For the next 2 hours, the studio pulled out all the stops. Luhrmann spoke of how the human condition needs everyone working together to get audiences back to theaters. Wilde assured everyone that her film was engineered specifically for the theatrical experience. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson picked on audience members by name and led a group shouting recording session that he said would be used for a fight scene in the upcoming DC installment, Black Adam. In short, Warner's did everything but utter the words, "We're sorry and we won't do it again." CinemaCon glad-handing has always represented a kind of fantastical reality that only Hollywood could construct about itself, but this year's conference reflects a shift in the power balance. Cinemas are regaining control after the pandemic lows of shattered theatrical windows and brazen day and date moves. On the Warner Bros. Discovery earnings call earlier Tuesday, Chairman David Zaslav acknowledged its own unforced errors. There was a question about whether opening a big movie, should we really collapse the entire motion pictures business on streaming, he said. And I think I've been saying, no, but I think now the data is starting to show that when you open a movie in the theaters, it has a whole stream of monetization. But more importantly, it's marketed and it builds a brand. Later that morning, NATO President John Fiddian offered a more sober assessment about why he believes day and date is largely gone for good. Look at David Zaslav's comments and watch what Warner's does over the next 3 years, he said. I think you're going to see more theatrical content. Yes, there will be movies that need to be made for HBO Max. For us that's a good thing, because we've always had two different kinds of movies. We always had movies for theaters and movies for television. The consumer knows the difference. Fiddian says first-run theatrical movies can combat piracy, but it's more likely that studios are focused on a harder truth: you just can't make as much money when a movie has a streaming premiere. Looking at you, Netflix. And after 2 years of bitter disagreements, it seems like the CinemaCon love fest between studios and exhibitors finally comes from long-awaited common interest. That is all for today news. Please make sure to leave your comment and subscribe the channel below for more news update. Thank you for watching.